This is my newest guitar. I've had it for a few months now, and I'm really happy with it, so now I'm going to change everything. Welcome to Ethan's Guitar Room. My name is Ethan, and if you haven't seen my unboxing and first impressions video, this is a Fender Player Plus Stratocaster. This is the first Fender guitar I've ever owned, and over the next couple of weeks, this guitar will be going through a pretty substantial transformation. This project will span multiple videos, so if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, that way you don't miss what's coming up, and give this video a thumbs up so that other people can see it. Here's what's about to go down with this Strat. I bought a new pickguard, cream-colored pickup covers, knobs, couple capacitors, a 508 toggle switch, 3 brand new potentiometers, and the star of this video, some DIY single coil pickup kits. This video is not sponsored by anybody. I ordered most of these parts from Mojo Tone, and with the pickup kit you get the flatwork and pole pieces already assembled, some cloth covered pushback wire, and then the mounting hardware. So in this video you'll be following along as I build one of these pickups. I'll try to explain the process as I work through it, but if you have any questions or if you have any tips for me based on your experience building pickups, just leave those in the comments. Alright, so the first step with these single coil pickups is you feed your magnet wire through the eyelet on the side. And you want to do this so that it lines up with the way you're going to rotate the bobbin. And this is kind of a pain because this wire is about the thickness of a hair. I wrap it through the eyelet 3 to 5 times. That's enough to hold it in place. And when I start winding, you'll see that the bobbin will be rotating to the right like this, and I just use some double-sided tape to stick it onto my winder. I don't particularly like fastening it to my winder this way, but it works, and I haven't figured out a better way yet. And I've found that pressing on the magnet pull pieces is the best way to really get it stuck to my winder. If you just press on the bobbin itself, it doesn't stick as well. And then do the first couple of turns by hand just to get it started. And then I'll start using the pickup winder. And I go pretty slow at first just to make sure it's winding on properly and my guides are set to the appropriate width. I do about 200 to 300 winds and then I stop to make sure I'm not wrapping over the end of the pickup. So as you can see, I pretty much have like the first layer of wire the whole way across. So now is when I'll start to increase the speed a little bit. But I only go to about half speed of what this machine will do, just because I'm afraid of that double-sided tape not holding if I spin it too fast. When I first started looking into this, I looked up pickup winding machines and they are very expensive. So I built this one. If you are competent enough at soldering to install your own pickups, then you would be perfectly capable of building one of these. You could probably do it with like a shoebox, just reinforce like where the motor attaches, but it's not very complicated. And all the parts that I used, I ordered off Amazon for around $50 total. If you want more information on that, look up DIY pickup winder on YouTube. That's where I found it. There are a few people that built these and used the exact same parts lists. So I stop about once every 1,000 turns just to make sure I am keeping my coil even. Because I'm just moving the wire back and forth by hand, I'll end up getting some spots that are wrapped a little heavier than others. So then I just even it out over the next 1,000 turns and check again. This pickup that I'm winding will be for the middle position of my Strat. And to build these to be noise canceling when you have 2 pickups selected, your middle pickup is wound different than the bridge or neck. You'll hear this referred to as RWRP, reverse wound, reverse polarity. I've already built the bridge pickup and I wound it in the opposite direction. And then in a little bit, I will show you how to make sure you are magnetizing them properly. So this process takes a little while. It took me about 25 minutes to wind this pickup, and I used right around 7,500 turns. For my bridge pickup, I used 8,000 turns, and for my neck pickup, I'll use 7,000. And this is a standard practice in building pickups. The bridge pickup is typically wound a little more than the neck pickup, and this is for two main reasons. First of all, the closer the string is to the bridge, the less distance your string moves when it's vibrating. So at the neck, you're going to get more movement out of your strings, which means more interaction with the magnetic field of the pickup, which will increase the signal output. So by winding the bridge pickup more than the neck pickup, you can balance their volume level. The second reason is the more turns you put on a pickup, the more it starts to trim the treble frequencies. If you pick your guitar string directly over your bridge pickup and then pick it directly over the neck pickup, it doesn't matter which pickup you're playing through, picking closer to the bridge is a little more twangy and more treble. So that bridge pickup will be more treble heavy. So by winding it more, you reduce a little bit of that, which gives you a little bit better tone. As I get toward the end, I will check the coil a little bit more frequently, just because I have fewer turns left to correct any uneven spots. So here you can see I've reached 7,500 turns. I hold the magnet wire onto the coil with my finger and then cut it. And then just like at the beginning, you wrap the end through that eyelet a handful of times to hold it in place. For the bridge and neck pickups, I will use the opposite eyelet for the start and finish, just because the rotation is in the opposite direction. So once that's tied off, the pickup is wound, this part is complete, and this one turned out pretty good. This is one of the better coils that I've wound. It looks pretty even. It had pretty good tension the whole time. Now that the winding's all done, the next step is for you to click subscribe. I have a goal of reaching 3,000 subscribers by the end of this year, but it's going pretty well so far, so I might have to bump that number up. You can also find me on Patreon and follow for free. All of my Patreon members got to see a sneak peek of this project. So if you want any inside information from this channel, or if you want to give me some ideas for video topics, go over to Patreon and follow me. And if you'd like to support the channel further, you can subscribe to a paying tier on Patreon. And anything that I receive from that will be directly benefiting this channel. So back to the pickup. The next step is soldering your leads that will go to your pickup selector switch or your volume pot, depending how your wiring setup is. And an easy way to do this, if you have one of these helping hand setups that can hold your bobbin in place, I just clip that onto the end and drop a little bit of solder into each eyelet. And then since the solder's already there, touch the soldering iron to it again to warm it up, and you can push your wire through. I use white for the signal end and black for ground. So white goes to the start of the coil, black goes to the end. I'm using enamel coated magnet wire for winding these coils. So just using the heat of the soldering iron melts the enamel coating from the wire, allowing you to solder up your connections. So you feed your two wires through this hole, and that leaves just enough space for your pickup cover to fit between the eyelets and the coil. And before I do anything else, I will check my wires for continuity. This tells me the resistance, but most importantly, this lets me know that my solder connections are good and I have signal passing the whole way through the coil. So 7.2 for this one. My bridge pickup was around 7.7. I wrapped this black paper tape around the coil just to protect the wires a little bit until I get it wax potted. I'm not going to be showing you the wax potting in this video. I used just a small pot on my stovetop to melt some paraffin wax, and I heat it to around 150 degrees. You don't want it to be too hot before dropping your bobbin in. And then I wrap the signal wires coming off of the pickup around a wooden spoon and just hang that over the pot. That way the pickup doesn't contact the bottom of the pot, no risk of melting anything. And you just let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes, just until there are no more bubbles coming out of the pickup. But the purpose of wax potting is just to seal things up so your pickup wire doesn't have any room to vibrate, which would make your pickup microphonic. So here are my magnets. I'm just using this is a drill press vise. I got a couple magnets from a hardware store for just a couple dollars. And you can see I have them set. The magnet on the right is the south end. Magnet on the left is the north end of the magnets. And you can see here, this is my bridge pickup that I previously built. And the top of the magnet pole pieces is the north end. So I want the middle pickup to be south end up to complete that reverse wound, reverse polarity to give me humbucking when I have both pickups selected. So to get south up, you simply pass the pickup between the magnets just a couple of times. It doesn't take very much with the top of the pickup toward the north magnet. So in this case, the top of the pickup will be to the left. And then I check to make sure that my magnet pieces are magnetized. And there you can see the top of this bobbin is south and the top of my bridge pickup is north. So that's the process for building one of these single coil pickups. I still need to build the one for the neck position. Once I have that done, I will move on to all of the wiring, and all of that will be in part 2 of this project. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that one. I've been posting a video every week, but there's probably going to be about a week and a half to 2 weeks between this video and the next one. But don't worry, I will get to finishing this project. And once again, thank you for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end, and I'll see you in part 2 of this project.